What's up there, guys? Hope you're all doing well on this, well, rather dull Saturday night. Guy with a Cone 23 back again with another movie night video. Although to be fair, the film I'm going to be watching tonight I was going to watch last week, but it didn't come in time, so I had to substitute it with The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. But the film I'm going to be watching tonight it's probably one of the most important film that I've probably ever done any kind of review on this channel for, whether it be kind of first watch or movie night video. It's a film that's on a lot of people's list of like favourite films of all time, favourite foreign films of all time, favourite war films of all time, and it spawned a Western remake, well, kind of reimagining, I suppose. And yeah, it's a film I wanted to check out for a long time, but because of the importance of it, I wanted to get the best version of it that was out there, and I believe I have done. Now I have a region-free player to actually play it on, and yeah, like I said, it's just a lot of critics and just kind of regular people's top 10 films of all time, top 10 foreign films of all time, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. It's a bit lengthy. I think it's about 3 hours 20 minutes nearly, which is quite a slog, but I think I'll be able to get through it easy enough. And yeah, the film I'm going to be watching tonight is Seven Samurai. Like I say, this is the Criterion, by the way, which is, I've said in my unboxing video, which I'll link down below, that is probably the best edition of anything I own so far. Yeah, it's a really nice set. I'm not going to kind of unbox it, I'm going to kind of show you what's in there, but yeah, Seven Samurai is a film I'm going to be watching tonight. I'm just going to, what's the word? Kind of hunker down, I guess, and watch this from beginning to end. I've got the TV right in front of me. Basically, I couldn't get close to the TV, and I'm going to switch all the lights off, draw all the curtains, and just watch this film. And yeah, I think that's the best way to go about it. Just kind of like get through it, and yeah. So with it being quite a long film, I will be doing my thoughts kind of an hour into the film. Although I might do it 1 hour, 2 hours, and then the rest of it possibly. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah. But that's all there is to it, really. Really looking forward to checking this one out. So yep, the film I'm going to be watching tonight for tonight's movie night is Seven Samurai. So yep, there we have the main menu for Seven Samurai Criterion Edition. I've always loved the main menus on Criterion. They're just simple. It's nothing too flashy. It's just it just is what it is, and I do like that about. I've always liked that about Criterion titles. And yep, let's fucking remember what the remote is. Let's press play and get on with it. Yeah, just got to the first hour, well actually just over, and really liking it so far actually. It took me a little bit of time to kind of properly get into it, kind of the first 35 to 40 minutes, but now I am in it, like really invested in the whole story, and I'm really excited to see what comes next. Yeah, and also I'm getting a lot more to grips with Kurosawa's directing style, because with this being kind of the first film I'd seen of his, there wasn't really anything to compare it to, but I'm really kind of seeing how his directing mind works. And there's a really cool, well, not really, it's kind of semi-fight scene in the first, I think about 40 to 45 minutes. It's got like great use of slow motion, and just the way it's shot is really cool. And yeah, so really enjoying it so far. And also the thing I've noticed is how funny it is. I've laughed out loud numerous times already, and it's only the first hour. And so yeah, really excited to see what comes next, really invested in the story, like I said, and yeah, let's get on with it. So yeah, I'm now 2 hours into Seven Samurai, and it just keeps getting better and better. I mean, they've got all the Seven Samurai together now. They've worked out a plan to kind of defeat these bandits. You got a lot of backstory from some of the characters, which is kind of a thing I wasn't expecting. I thought it would just be kind of like a hack and slash kind of film, but it's not. It's got a lot of character development. It's got a lot of care for the characters. They're not just kind of like one-dimensional people. They've all got, well, not so far, but so far a few of them have got kind of backstories to them, which is really interesting. Not too many fight scenes has been yet, but I'm guessing that comes in kind of the last hour and a half. Again, just really just funny. I mean, it's not funny for the sake of being funny. It's just kind of like, just the script's just effortlessly funny. It's just I really like this film. So yeah, there's my thoughts 2 hours into it. So yeah, the next one will be 3 hours into it, and then right at the end. So yep, let's get going on with the rest of it. So now, just past the 3 hour mark on a just past the 3 hour mark on Seven Samurai, and there's just a little funny thing. Because it's like, when I turn my camera on my camera basically there's a little thing that says when the lens cover is closed, and because it was like a really dark scene on the film, I had my lights out, it said that even though the lens cover wasn't closed. I thought that was a kind of funny thing. But anyway, so back to Seven Samurai. Yeah, again, just like last time, just keeps getting better. It's got into the real nitty gritty stuff of it now. I've had a few battle scenes. Brilliant battle scenes. You got a lot more character development for some of the characters. You also had a death of one of the samurais just now, and yeah, but looking forward to checking out the rest of it and just finding out basically what happens, really. Kind of a strange thing to say, but anyway. So about 25 minutes left, not including credits. So yeah, let's get on with the rest of it. So yeah, just got finished watching Seven Samurai. What a fucking movie. This movie is incredible. So plot-wise, very simple. There's a village in Japan that are constantly invaded by bandits. So a couple of the villagers go off in search of 7 samurai to protect this village and kind of drive away the bandits, and the plot really is that simple. But it's told with a lot of style, a lot of panache, I guess. Incredibly well directed. The fight scenes are amazingly choreographed. Just an amazing looking film. It's from 1954, and it looked like something you could make today. Not that films are made this good today, because there's just well, not a charm, but just a kind of a different way that films were made back in that time that you really can't replicate anymore. People try, but they never really succeed. But I kind of gave my initial thoughts kind of an hour each into the movie, and that's basically what I feel about the film. Very well directed, like I said, well acted. Now I'm not really. It's not a film that I would say it's one of my favourite films of all time. I mean, you can't really watch a film once. It's impossible to kind of decide what was in your list of favourites on your first viewing. It's physically impossible. It's impossible to do. You cannot do it. And I didn't on this. I think when I kind of watched it another few times, I can kind of appreciate it more. And the thing is, I'm not really, like I said before, I'm not really clued up on the way Kurosawa directs his films, but obviously this is the first one I've seen of his, and it's the only one I've seen. And but yeah, it's a great film. Like I said, absolutely really funny though. I wasn't expecting it to be this funny. Honestly, there's a scene kind of in the last hour anyway, where basically they're kind of they go to this village and kind of like trying to kind of flush out the bandits, so they kind of like work out where they are. And there's a scene where they kill one of these bandits, and the guy, I can't remember what his name is, Kurashima or something like that. That it's the crazy one. I'll say that if you've seen the film, you know who I'm talking about. And basically, he takes this guy's this kind of head armor stuff and puts it on. Kind of, sits down next to this bandit, kind of pretends to be one of these guys, and he takes his samurai sword out. And honestly, the look on the guy's face. I laugh about it even now. It's just absolutely hilarious. Just like I said, it's not like going out to be funny. It's just naturally funny. The script is very good. It's very simple to follow, which I thought was going to be like quite convoluted, like I suppose like Kubrick had Spartacus and Kurosawa had this. And I was kind of afraid that with it being such a long film, just under 3.5 hours, it was going to be like really complicated. And that's what I also liked about the film, is that even though it was like this big epic film, it really did feel quite small in a way. I mean, it didn't kind of feel like there was like this massive landscape, even though it was shown in the film. But it's kind of strange. It just felt a much smaller film, but on an epic scale, if you know what I mean, which I really liked. Really brought out the best in the film. And yeah, cinematography absolutely gorgeous. It was I don't know how much of it was kind of like built and what was kind of like location stuff. But if it all was location, I need to go to Japan. Of course, it's going to be different to it now, but it's absolutely just stunning. Obviously in black and white, which I don't even know if did they have colour films back then. I'm not even sure. But if it was a stylistic choice, it was a very good stylistic choice. I don't think it would have worked that well in colour. It's quite bloodless as well, which I was very surprised about. And yeah, there's also a little, I guess, side plot between one of the samurai and the daughter of one of the farmers, which I thought was a little bit underdeveloped. It was kind of like scenes kind of scattered throughout the film, which kind of show them together and they kind of like fall in love and what have you. But it could have been a little bit more outlaid a bit better, I think. And then kind of like in the last half hour, it all comes to a head at the end, which yeah, it did. I mean, it came full circle, which was good, but I just felt it could have been a little bit more developed. But that's only really the negative thing I could say about this film. And like I said, even though it is nearly 3.5 hours, I was never bored. I was never clock watching. I was always invested in these characters. And like I said before, a lot of character development, which I really liked. Like I said, I thought it was going to be just kind of hack and slash, but also I thought it was going to be a lot more battle scenes, I thought. But it all kind of like came to a head in kind of the last maybe 45 minutes, which I thought the rest of it was going to be like. But I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't. But not one scene was not needed. Not one scene kind of went on for longer than you felt it should have done. I was never bored, like I said, and so that's it. I mean, for any film to kind of keep me invested for like 3.5 hours does a very good job, because I'm not the best person to watch a film as long as that unless it's a film that I've watched before. That's the thing. If I watched like something like Spartacus, which is quite long and it's quite a slog, but because I've seen it a few times, it's easier for me to get through. But a film that I've seen for the first time, for me, it is quite hard for me to do that, which is an absolute testament to the film, because like I said, I'm not the best person to kind of do something like that. But yeah, I think that's about it really. I mean, like I said, I can't really comment on like in detail about what I guess kind of what I don't know, kind of Kurosawa's idea was, if you know what I mean. Kind of, I can't like pinpoint certain things that only Kurosawa did the way he shot it. I'm not that kind of person. I just can't do it. Of course, it doesn't really help that that's the first one I've ever seen of his. But I absolutely loved it. I'd watch it numerous times. Honestly, I thought I could, if it was an even 4 hours, I'd be fine with that. I could watch it for, let's say, not too much longer. But if they made it 4 hours exactly, that'd be absolutely perfect length. But as it is, very good film. Well acted, well directed, well choreographed. Yeah, well choreographed, well cinematographed. That's not a word, is it? Very well shot, I guess, is the phrase I'm going for. And yeah, very much enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Seven Samurai. Definitely, if you haven't checked it out, definitely do. I know it's one of Luke's favourite films, and I know Martin Scorsese did a first watch of that film on the Blu-ray Brothers channel, which was really cool. And yeah, so I've watched it for the first time as well, and very much enjoyed it. So yeah, that's about it, I think, really. It was a slog, but it was a good slog. But I could watch, like I said, I could honestly, I could watch it again. I really could. I'm not going to, because I'm quite tired. But yeah, I mean, there's only so many times I can say I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I just really enjoyed this one. So yeah, that'll about do for this movie night number 5, is it? I think. Yeah, number 5. I'm not planning to do one of these every week, just when I do it. So there probably won't be one next week, to be honest. But I basically do these every time there isn't a film on the cinema that I want to go and see at the weekend. So yeah, but so that'll do for this video. So thanks as always for watching. More videos like this and other videos as well will be coming. Subscribe if this is the first video watched of mine. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching and have a great day.